honor of introducing John Terhune to you. During his decade-long career as a prosecutor, John Terhune earned top ratings as an attorney heading up the felony division of his circuit in North Florida, handling over 5,000 criminal cases and winning 97% of over the 200 cases that he tried before juries. Shifting his attention from being a trial lawyer to being a business consultant and keynote speaker 27 years ago, John has spoken in front of more than 1 million people in 20 different countries and has coached thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners. His keynote speeches focus on attitude, leadership, teamwork, and people skills. John's most recent book, entitled Enhanced People Skills, is a #1 bestseller on Amazon. Please fasten your seatbelts and help me welcome John Terhune.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Sure, that's right. Good morning, everybody. I'm John Terhune. It's great to meet you. I love speaking to business owners and to corporate executives, and I'll tell you why. A couple reasons. Number one, you think different than the average person. That's why you are where you are. Number two, I love to talk to those people because you have a great imagination. If you didn't have a great imagination, you just simply could not be where you are. And with your permission this morning, what I'd like to do is engage your imagination for just a moment. I want you to imagine that you're lying in your bed. And if you're like me, I get a lot of great ideas lying in my bed when I'm trying to sleep. My brain just won't turn off. I'm thinking about my business. In fact, I've gotten to the point where there's a pad and a pen next to my bed now, so I don't have to get up and go to my office to be able to write down the ideas. I want you to imagine you are tucked away in that bed, and if it's winter time, the bed's warm. If it's summertime, the bed is cool. You're tucked away. You're about to go to sleep. And you hear whispered into your ear, your bottom line is anemic in relation to where it should and could be. You kind of wake up and go, whoa. And you start to go back to sleep again. Just before you're going back to sleep again, that same voice comes and it says, your business is not living up to its full potential. Again, you kind of wipe your face off and lay back down. And again, you're about to go to sleep. You're right on the edge of going to sleep, but here comes that voice again. And this time the voice says, I know what the issues are, and I know exactly how to fix them. Now, would you be thinking about that all night long? You probably would. Would you be able to go to sleep really well that night if you had that voice in your head? Probably not. Let's keep your imagination engaged for just a moment more. I want you to imagine now that you're getting up, you're going to work. You haven't rested real well because of those thoughts that came into your head. And you stop by a diner to be able to have breakfast, and there's only one seat left. And you go up, and it's at the bar. You can't get a booth, so you go to a bar. You sit down at the seat, and you say hi to the person next to you. And the person next to you goes, hi, good morning. It's good, nice to meet you. And you go, you're the voice in my head last night. And I say, yeah, that was me. And you say, well, how in the world do you know those things about my company? You've never met me. You've never been into my company. I said, well, first of all, I'm a consultant. God made consultants because consultants can oftentimes do what business owners cannot do. Many times, business owners, because they are so caught up in the fray of running their business, they can't see the wood for the trees. Consultants can see the wood for the trees. I said, second, I can tell you exactly what's going on with your company because most likely your company is like every other company in the United States. Gallup actually does research every year. And every single year, Gallup does research in regards to employee engagement. And statistics now tell us that about 70% of the workforce is not engaged when they go to work. In fact, what that means, 30% of the people in your workplace, the average workplace, is truly engaged in your mission. And if you doubt that, allow me to walk into your building, allow me to go up to any one of the 10 employees you choose, and allow me to ask them what your mission is as a company and what their role is in making that mission happen. And I can almost guarantee you they will not be able to do that. Now, if an employee doesn't know what your mission is and what their role is to be able to make it happen, how in the world can they be in there and be a purpose partner in the accomplishment of your mission? And then you sit and you listen and you go, wow, you're right. My people are not totally engaged. I said, let me tell you, the statistics are not only are 70% not fully engaged, 52% of them are disengaged, and 18% of them are actively disengaged to the point where they're causing discernment in the workplace. And if you have that, you simply cannot have the scenario that I like to help businesses create. And I say, have you ever seen sculling, where they're on the river and they're rowing the boats? So most businesses, they're going over here because someone's going like this in the business, someone else is kind of going like this, someone else is going like this, hitting other people with it. They're going all over the river. What I do is I help companies basically get in that beautiful poetry-like motion where they are racing down the river because everybody in the workplace is synergistically working together to be able to accomplish the mission of your company. And if you don't have that, I can tell you right now, your bottom line is anemic in relation to what it could be. You are not living up to your full potential. And I do have the answers. Because what I'm able to do is I'm able to come into companies and I'm able to actually certify your company as a people-first company. Now let me explain to you what that means. All of the research today tells us this. If you want your external customers to have a fabulous experience, have your internal customers have a fabulous experience. When you have people, most of you have employees. What I teach companies is you don't have employees, you have purpose partners. And see, when everybody in your company, so right now people are backing into their parking space when they come to work for you. They are peeling out at 5 o'clock to be able to get away from there. And the reason being is that they are basically motivated by this week's check, not by your mission. And when you get to the point where your people who work with you in common and in harmony towards your mission, they're all working together because they understand their value to you. You want to be able to make your workplace, and this is what we do, and we help you become a people-first certified company. We help your people that work in your workplace feel so valued and so respected, they peel out of their driveway at home to be able to come to work, because that is an environment where they are uplifted, they are grown, and they are appreciated in what they do, and they will take ownership in your mission when they feel like that. My challenge to you right now is to ask yourself, what processes do we have in place to be able to do that? Because a lot of people don't understand. I do, many people don't. It is the intangibles that create the tangible results. And what we do when we come in to be able to help your company become a people-first certified company, we're going to create a culture. And that culture is going to be about the people in your employ. We're going to turn them and transition them into purpose partners. They're going to take ownership. They're going to care about your company. They're going to go that extra mile. They're going to go and do the things that they're not asked to do because that workplace is a vital part of who they are as a human being. Human beings want to be valued, and we will teach you exactly how to do that and how to be able to create a workplace that is in such harmony. But part of that is going to be developing your people. All of the literature says that great companies understand that you invest in your people. It's not an expense, it's an investment when you invest in your human capital. And that's exactly what we do, and we focus in 4 different areas. We focus in the area of attitude, leadership, people skills, and teamwork. Can you imagine if you've got people who have a spectacular attitude every single day? Imagine people in your workplace who may not be in a leadership position, but they are leaders in their position because they take such pride in what it is that they do. They talk positive about your company. They feel like they're part of that company. That's precisely what we do. A lot of people ask me, well, John, how can you do that better than other people? Very simple. I understand human beings. From being a trial lawyer to a business consultant, that's about a 45-year career. I know human beings. And I'm able to reach people not just intellectually, but intellectual content will not make people change. It is emotional. When you reach their heart, that is when people will change. We can change your dynamics. When I sign a book, I always sign it the following. Never settle for less than extraordinary. If you are willing to look and say, I want to be able to take my company from good to extraordinary, I'll be in the back of the room. Let's talk for about 15 minutes. I'll show you exactly how to do it.